All right, boom. Let's do this. Welcome to Money Talks. We got an exciting one for you today. So I am broadcasting live from token 2049 in London. We are going to talk about crypto Perx, the Abra Perx rewards program. Our new token that we're going to be using for Abra Perx is called CPRX. I've got a couple of exciting guests that are going to join us to talk about the details of the CPRX token, how Abra Perx works, how our massive airdrop is going to work, our new rewards link system, the kind of yields we're going to get. We have broken out of our multi-week channel. So we'll talk about the Bitcoin market, what I think the tea leaves are telling us in crypto land. And I'll give you a little bit of a news update as well and talk about some of the things I'm seeing here at the event, and also, of course, answer any questions. I've already seen some questions about the token and some details. And the good news is we've got the product experts here today as my guests, and they're going to be able to answer all of your burning questions. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to give you a little background on how this whole Abra Perx thing is going to work. All right, this is something we've worked on for a long time, and I've been really excited about the opportunity to bring this to you. It really represents a labor of love for all of us at Abra. And as I said, I'm going to bring up my screen share here in a second, and yeah, I'm going to show you some basics on Abra Perx, our new rewards program. So basically, with Abra Perx, I'm going to get right into it. All right, we wanted to create a program that would give you higher effective yield on your deposits, that would give you the ability to get money back on loans that you take by borrowing against your crypto holdings. If you trade with Abra, you're going to get so much back over the first 60 days. It's almost like we're paying you to trade. That's how valuable the discount cashback is going to be on Abra Trade. You're going to get referrals starting next week. And we're going to go through this a couple of times. So I'm just going to go through it really quick now. Starting next week, you're going to get a referral link, and you're going to get a whole bunch of crypto Perx tokens for referring friends who end up joining Abra and more. So cash back on all trades, bonus yield on Abra Earn, negative interest, which means for every borrow you do, you're going to get a percentage of that money back as a reward. And for new users who fund their accounts, you're going to get a reward as well just for funding the accounts. As I said, we're going to do referrals, and you're actually going to be able to trade the CPRX token on Abra in exchange. Let's say you don't want to hold CPRX, you want to exchange it for Bitcoin. You just go right into Abra Trade and you trade it for Bitcoin, right? So these are all the phenomenal things. Actually, this is just a part of the phenomenal stuff we have planned for Abra Perx and our new CPRX token, which we're adopting as the rewards token for Abra Perx. Okay, so a couple of things. We did not actually create ourselves the CPRX token. CPRX is an Ethereum-based ERC20 token. It was actually created by the Crypto Banking Alliance, based here in Europe, in Switzerland, which has kind of become a hotbed for crypto companies. And in a minute, we're going to be joined by the head of this new Crypto Banking Alliance that we're partnering with to offer CPRX as the rewards token for Abra Perx. I'm super excited to have him join us. And as well, we also have the head of product for Abra joining us to talk about all of these cool features in detail. Okay, so let's get into it. Julian, Deepak, why don't you guys join us? We're going to leave the screen share up for, actually, why don't I turn the screen share off for a moment, Mr. Wizard. So Julian, Deepak, why don't you guys chime in here? And Julian's here with me in London, so he's going to join us. Hi, good morning, Deepak in California. How you doing, bud?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's been a long week. I'm a little tired, but we get we're having a little celebration party here in London in about an hour with I think a couple hundred people. So everything's opening up here. It's awesome, and I'm really excited. Julian, he's got his little CPRX logo there going. So wow. Yeah, there we go, token logo. Very nice. So Julian, you are the managing director for the new crypto banking alliance based in Zug, Switzerland. So for those of you who don't know, this canton, which is like state, is called Zug, is basically like a hotbed for crypto activity in Switzerland. And Julian, in consultation with us, decided to create this foundation, alliance, probably alliance is a better word, and we're their first partner. So why don't you give us your take on the alliance and what problem you think what the opportunities are for the crypto banking alliance?
Yeah, sure, great. Firstly, fantastic to see you here in London, Bill, for Token 2049. Super excited to be on the show. Thanks for having me. So, as you said, the Crypto Banking Alliance is a completely independent organization which exists as a legal entity in the canton of Zug in Switzerland. And the whole purpose of the Crypto Banking Alliance is to be a completely independent body that is essentially bringing to the crypto ecosystem a global rewards program that literally anybody could participate in. So we looked at the countless rewards programs that you see in the offline world and said, why doesn't this exist in the crypto community? Why isn't there a rewards program, particularly in a market as nascent as ours, where there's still a lot of confusion? We're still trying to bring a lot of people into the fall for cryptocurrencies. How can we give people, some reassurance that this is here for the long term, that this is safe, that this is getting easier, and it's becoming more and more mainstream. So we wanted to give people something they recognize, rewards programs. We wanted to make it simple to use. We wanted to make sure that it had the right kind of governance, i.e. long-term, this is decentralized and it's for the people, by the people. And we wanted to make sure that no particular organization or service owned it, and it could literally reward and guide behavior of cryptocurrencies, banking services, etc., in a way that was constructive and ethical going forward.
So to be clear, right, there's going to be lots of applications that are using the crypto Perx model, right?
Absolutely.
So like, what do you foresee? Like exchanges, obviously, other apps.
Yeah.
What else?
So there's a whole raft of things that we want to bring into play. So educational tools, promo programs, these all run across exchanges, they'll run across application sites. They could be for custody accounts, so people are using safes. It could run into NFTs. We will, of course, participate in things such as Abra Run, where people are staking. And so all of the sort of next generation of services, which companies like yourselves are just starting to really push and open up to consumers and are becoming increasingly popular. There's still a lot of people who don't know what things such as Abra Yield and Abra Earn and some of these other services are. And so this is a great way of encouraging behavior, encouraging people to start to play around with these kind of services.
Right on. So I couldn't have said it better. So I'm going to bring up the screen share again. And Deepak, it would be great if you could spend a few minutes just giving us your take on the features and how you see it playing out. And I'll actually show the referral link in a moment. But if you could just walk us through the basics and how is all this going to work?
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me again, Bill. Sorry, I am recovering from a bit of flu, so my voice isn't like this normally, but right. I'm going to try my best. So like Bill said, we are very, very excited to be launching Abra Perx for you. It is going to launch on the 15th of November. And again, we basically meticulously designed the experience so that we are able to give you maximum value out of your usage of Abra. And so we've looked at every single activity that you do with Abra, and we've weaved in a reward for you into that. So as you see on your screen, cash back on all Abra trade transactions. So I'll get into the numbers in a bit, But when you use Abra Trade, you use Abra Earn, Abra Borrow, we are going to give you rewards for that. On trade, it's a cashback. On Abra Earn, whatever interest that you earn today in kind, there's going to be a bonus interest on top of it paid out in CPRX. With Abra Borrow, whatever interest you pay us, we are going to give you a negative loan interest that, like the screenshot says, lowers the effective rate for you on anything that you borrow from Abra. We're also going to have an initial reward for you when you basically fund your account for the first time. If you're new to Abra, we're going to give you that kickstart, if you will. We're also going to reward you for any referrals that you might have. You bring your own audience to Abra. We're going to reward both you and the folks that you refer. And yeah, it's the way I look at CPRX is essentially just as you have your, call it in the traditional world, you have the Hilton points, you have the Hyatt points, the Chase points. It's exactly the same here, but it's tokenized and it's on the blockchain, and that's what we call CPRX. So very, very excited about that.
Now, let me make sure I got this right. So if I'm holding, let's say, USDC or Bitcoin in Abra Earn, let's say I'm making 8% of my USDC, or I think we're at like 3.15% on Bitcoin, and I'm getting that interest, I will continue to get my interest paid in USDC, or if I'm holding Bitcoin, I will continue to get my interest paid in Bitcoin. And on top of that, I'm going to receive CPRX, crypto perks, as a kicker, effectively paid in the rewards token. Did I get that right?
That is correct. That is absolutely correct. So anything that you're getting from us in kind, you will continue to get that, and then you get bonus rewards paid out in the form of CPRX. Yes.
Yeah, I want to emphasize this for everyone, because I really think it's important that you understand that if let's say all you care about is Bitcoin, right? We're not taking away any Bitcoin interest. We're giving you the same Bitcoin interest, but now you're getting crypto perks on top as interest. And obviously, if it's worth something and we're giving it to you, please take it. And that holds for all of the different currencies, including, by the way, Cardano. So Mac, we will be paying interest on Cardano with crypto perks on top for Cardano in the coming days. And I sincerely apologize that that's taken so long, but it is coming. So now talk about negative loan interest, because the words together sound kind of weird. So just walk us through that. Let's say I borrow $100 from Abra, and I'm getting I'm paying like a 5% interest rate, just to make the math really simple. What does that actually translate into? What is a negative loan interest?
Yeah. So for instance, in the first 60 days, your negative loan interest is 5%. So in this example that Bill brought up, if you're paying 5%, we are going to give you 5% back in CPRX, which is bringing your effective interest rate down to 0%. So you're essentially taking the loan from Abra at 0% interest rate. That's exactly what it means. And so again, this negative loan interest, so that whatever interest rate you're paying right now, call it X, we're going to reduce it by 5%. And the way you get that 5% is essentially paid out in CPRX.
Wow, that's amazing. So what you're saying is, so let's say I take out the 10% LTV loan option, which today has a 0% interest rate, right? I'm still going to get negative loan interest, which effectively means Abra is paying me to take the loan.
Exactly. You're going to get cash back. That's
awesome. Okay. And you also mentioned the referral. So let's dig in exactly, because I know this is one that people are going to have a lot of questions on. So let's go step by step through the referral rewards and make sure it's very clear for everyone. So what do I do? How does it work? And I've got the photo of the app, what the screen is going to look like for referral rewards. But again, go very slow. Take us through it and make sure we're all clear on what to do.
Yeah, so you're going to, when we launch Abra Referrals, you're going to see a brand new screen, a view within Abra that's going to be your rewards home view, if you will. And the very first section in that view is going to be this experience that you're seeing to the right. There are two screenshots there to the right where it says refer a friend and get 25 in CPRX tokens. That's the screen that you're going to see front and center. And where you see there right now, it says URL goes here. That's going to be populated with your very own unique URL that then you can take and, distribute it to your audience. You can copy it directly from that tile, as you see that the copy CTA there, or call to action. You can also share. You can use the big purple button there that says share your link, and you open up your native OS actions where maybe you can share directly to your email, your Twitter or Instagram or what have you. And essentially you basically share that URL with your audience, and then your audience presumably will click on the URL, download the app, sign up for the app. Okay. And when they do the sign up, that number that says 100 signed up, that basically tells you that 100 of your friends have now signed up, but they haven't finished the criteria to essentially for them to earn $25 and for you to earn $25 as the referrer. And so what they need to do for that is beyond sign up, they need to add $25, and they need to hold the balance $25 for the next 30 days. If you're able to hold the balance, $25 balance for the next 30 days, you will get paid $25 in CPRX, and the referrer also gets paid in CPRX. And so again, just downloading the app and signed up is not enough. You will need to download the app, sign up, and then you will need to bring that money in, hold it for 30 days. And at that point, you get the reward, the referrer gets the reward.
Awesome. And is there an accelerator on those rewards over the first 60 days?
It's essentially, you get $25 in CPRX. And when you add $15 to your account, and it's $15, my apologies, not $25. So you get $25 rewards. But when you add $15 to your account and hold it for 30 days, you get $25 back in CPRX. That's the launch offer.
Awesome. So let's talk about those launch accelerators, right? So our goal is to basically, over the first 60 days, really reward not only the early adopters of Abra Perks, but the people who have been with Abra for a long time. Can we talk about that for a minute? Tell us so some of these rewards. I'm seeing 15% airdrop to users at launch. What does that mean?
Yeah, that's the one thing that we're really proud of, and that is that we might be launching Abra Perks today, but there have been a lot of you that have used Abra in the past and been very loyal users of Abra, and we haven't forgotten you. And so the very first thing that we had to do when we had launched, when we were designing Abra Perks, was to reward you with these CPRX, as we're doing right now, for all your historical usage, Abra, proportional to your usage of Abra. And so 15% of Abra's CPRX allocation or grant from the Crypto Banking Alliance, we reserve 15% of the entire allocation to reward our users for their historical usage of Abra. This is separate from all the rewards that you would be getting from this point starting into the future. We're talking about, this is the historical activity that you've done with Abra. You're going to get a big chunk of gift from Abra as a thank you for your usage of Abra, and that's what the 15% allocation means.
Got it. And talk about the accelerators on the trading and Abra Earn and what that ultimately means for users in the short term.
Yeah, so for the first 60 days until call it the 15th of Jan, you're going to have, so these numbers that you see on your screen, 2.5% and cashback in trades, 5% bonus yield on Abra Earn. Again, going back to our discussion before, whatever interest you get in kind in Abra Earn, you will continue to get that. You're going to get 5% bonus on top of that. Negative interest rate, as we just talked about, that's minus 5%. So whatever interest you're paying today, you will get 5% back cash back. So if, let's say, you have a 0% loan with us, you're literally getting 5% cash back paid out in CPRX. And the $25 bonus for referrals, these numbers are valid for the first 60 days. So essentially, this is designed such that for the first 60 days, we're going to give you the maximum value possible to get you really excited about the program and get you started with Abra. And then beyond that, we are going to go down to sort of your baseline reward. We'll continue to have promotional campaigns and promos and things of that nature. But these numbers, which are really amazing value for our users, apply for the first 60 days.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So this is pretty simple, right? I trade, I convert dollars to Bitcoin. I get 2.5% back in crypto Perx right in my Abra wallet, right? I don't have to do anything. It just magically shows up, right?
Exactly.
And so walk us through the launch timing again, and like when users should expect to see this in the app.
Yeah, so the referrals experience is the first thing that we will be launching, and that's going to happen on the 13th of October.
Okay, so that's 5 days from now, right? So that'll be what, like next Tuesday?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And at that point, you'll be able to, in the previous screenshot that Bill had shown, you'll be able to take your URL, you'll be able to share it with your friends, and we will start monitoring all of those activity in order to, pay you the rewards as we've designed it. On the 15th of November, that is a Monday, I believe, 15th of November is when we will launch the entire experience in its entirety, and you will see everything, and we've created an amazing experience. We've looked at our competitors, and we believe that we've created a very simple to use, very intuitive experience. And you will see all the campaigns that are active, all the launch accelerators that you see on your screen. You would know exactly what to tap, what to click to get to those rewards. And so all of that experience is going to be launched on the 15th of November. And the launch phase itself, as we were talking about the launch accelerators, those accelerators are going to be applicable for the launch phase. And that phase is going to start the 15th of November, going up to 15th of Jan, the first 60 days. And beyond that, we will keep having promotional campaigns, and we'll make it very, very clear within the app's experience. And obviously, once we launch, we'll definitely, keep an eye out for your feedback, and we'll continue to improve the experience.
Yeah. So again, November 15th, not only do we expect Abra to be live, but our understanding is that several exchanges will be listing CPRX as well. And while we can't, I don't think we actually know who they are yet. My understanding is that they'll be going live over the next several weeks, right?
Yeah, we'll be making the first drops onto some of the largest exchanges in the world over the coming weeks. But there's been super interest in the token so far, particularly because of its independence, the decentralized governance initiative. And so we expect it to be live on multiple exchanges within the coming weeks.
Awesome. Okay, super excited. Obviously, you'll be able to, and I think there was some questions in the live chat on this as well, you'll be able to trade crypto Perx inside of Abra. That's the plan. So if you're holding CPRX rewards, you should be able to stake them to get incremental rewards over time. But if you choose to go from CPRX to Bitcoin or CPRX to Ethereum or any other crypto, you can trade it just like any other crypto inside the Abra app. Okay. And to be clear, if you've been an Abra, I see somebody here use the phrase, if you've been an Abra hodler for several years, I see Danny, I'm talking to you, you're going to get rewards just for being a loyal Abra customer over the past few years. So the token, Greg, actually free floats on the exchanges, and its value will be dependent upon what people are paying for it. Yeah. So if you look at an exchange just today, see the value of Bitcoin or see the value of Ethereum or BNB, which is the Binance token, for example, the value is set by the markets. And we expect the value of CPRX, the value of CPRX will be set by the market here as well. Abra itself has no influence over the value, but I suspect people are going to want it. So this is a pretty exciting program. I, as an Abra user, very motivated Abra user, I'm really excited to get my hands on some CPRX for the first time. and I can't wait for November 15th. So let's see, what am I missing, guys? What else do I need to know about Crypto Perx and Abra Perx?
Maybe one more thing that we should add is that to your point, built into the Abra Perks program is the idea of loyalty tiers. And so what that means is that you have 5 different tiers that we'll be launching. You know, again, not next week. It's you're going to see all of them on the 15th of November. But built into the program is the idea that the more you hold these CPRX within Abra, and the more activity you do within Abra, the more benefits you gain from Abra, the more value you gain from Abra. This is going to start only on the 15th of Jan, so the launch accelerators apply to everybody. But beyond the 15th of Jan, you will have this notion of loyalty tiers, where the more you hold, the more activity you do with Abra, the more value you gain from Abra.
Yep. So we got a few questions coming in. I'll address a couple and then ask you guys to chime in. But to be clear, and yeah, Digit, this is a game changer. We're super excited about it. And Nikita, it is a really well designed. So Greg, this does not actually directly make money for Abra. We don't profit off of the CPRX token ourselves. We're not getting the CPRX token for Abra's balance sheet or treasury. It only goes, our share of it only goes to our users. The Alliance is only giving 30% of the tokens to Abra, but they all go to you, the users and customers of Abra. Now, I'm a customer of Abra, so my calculation for earning CPRX and Deepak's as a customer, and maybe Julian's a customer, it's exactly the same as yours. There's no incremental benefits for me with CPRX to being the CEO of Abra. I earn via a formula just like you do. So this is not about enriching anyone except the users, to express like our gratitude and reward for you guys being Abra customers.
And that's what's totally unique here.
Yeah, it's totally. There's no tokens. There's no token sale. The money's not going to Abra. The crypto rewards are going exclusively to you. All right. So let's see. We have a few more questions. So can I exchange a coin already existing in Coinbase into CPRX? Yes, you can, Christina. You'll be able to trade between CPRX and anything else we list, and anything else we list into CPRX, just like any other cryptocurrency or token supported in the Abra system today. And yeah, Peter, this starts on November 15th. Christopher, thanks for the comment. I think the options are fantastic. Sergeant Wilkie, you only can have one active primary wallet for Abra at a time, and that's the one that will get the CPRX. If you think that you have more than one wallet set up with funds somehow in the two, look at those purple lights coming through. That's super cool. The party's about to start. So we're literally at this conference. They're setting up behind us. So pretty cool Abra purple going on. So talk to support and make sure you get that set up, okay? Let's see. I talked about holders getting rewards. Who determines the token value? Greg, as I said, it's listed on exchanges just like any other cryptocurrency asset. And you all, the market, will determine the value of the token. And let's see. So let me talk about competitors, because there's a few comments there on that. We looked at every single token out there for probably a year. I've been working on this in some way for 2 years. Okay, let me address this head on. I looked at BNB, all of them. Okay, most of these companies made money by selling the tokens. Okay. They were probably security offerings. They, enriched executives. We are not doing this. Okay, this is the purpose of this token is not to personally make me money or my investors any money, or even the employees of Abra. Right? Only insofar that we're not Abra customers. But all of us are Abra customers, so we're going to get the same rewards you are for using Abra. This is a first of its kind for this type of app rewards. That's part one. Part two, for those of you who missed the comments at the beginning, if you're just joining, right, there are going to be other apps that get token grants from the Crypto Banking Alliance. And those apps they're only going to get grants from the Crypto Banking Alliance if they have a similar mantra of giving those rewards to their users. Okay, this is a big deal to me, and this is why I got so excited about this model. Okay, I don't need for Abra to raise money. We've raised a lot of money from our investors. We're generating profits as a company. We wanted to create the killer rewards program that was crypto based. We're a crypto company. Not doing a crypto-based rewards program to me made no sense, okay? And having an independent organization that Abra has no direct ownership in, to me, was the right way to do this, okay? Yeah, and so I'm getting a lot of repeat questions because people are just joining. I can see the count on the live stream and it's going up, and then we're getting viewers on Twitter and Twitch and LinkedIn and other channels, and please keep hitting that like button. So we are getting some repeat questions, and so let me just reiterate the basics. Okay, you will get incremental yield paid in CPRX in Abra Earn. You will get cash back in Abra Trade for all your trades. You will get cash back on your loans in CPRX, right? So effectively, we're paying you in CPRX tokens in the Abra Perx program to take a loan, okay? This is an Ethereum ERC20 token for now, Derek. The Alliance is looking at other blockchain technologies and also multi-chain support for the future. I'm well aware, obviously, given my day job, of the sometimes the high gas fees associated with Ethereum. So please, you don't have to comment on that. I'm well aware of the issue. We wanted to make sure it was very easy to list and on the exchanges. And so Julian and the team decided to go with Ethereum. But as I understand it, we're there's a chance in the future for multi-chain support. Yeah, exactly. So I have a feeling we're going to be hearing a lot from the Alliance. Yeah, wow, the questions are coming in super fast. Roland, so we don't control yield, okay? The market controls yield. So let's be very clear on that. We don't arbitrarily decide what interest to pay you on a Bitcoin deposit, right? So when you deposit into your Prime Trust account on Abra, right, to earn 3.15% of Bitcoin or 8% of dollars, right? It's not a marketing decision, right? It's based upon the lending rates in the space, okay? So we can't arbitrarily raise those interest rates. You're still going to be paid exactly that same interest rate that you're being paid today, or whatever the prevailing rate is at the time, and you're going to receive CPRX tokens via Abra Perx on top as a reward. So I hope that makes sense. It was designed to be super, super simple, okay? I really hope, look, I hope some of our competitors look at this. I think this is fantastic for the crypto space. And I'm not just doing this because I think it's great for Abra. I do think it's great for Abra, but I think it's great for the whole space to start to think about. And I also want to see retailers do it that have nothing to do with crypto. I want to see games. I want to see even banks. As much as many of you hate the banks, and I'm not too happy with the banks, I'd love to see some banks adopt this, right? And get into the token space, credit card issuers. If I was starting a points program for an airline or a credit card company today in 2021, I'd be looking at the token crypto economy to do this, not some locked up database storing a simple number, right? I'd be looking to get into the crypto space because that's what you all want. And so anyway, sorry for the rant. As you can tell, I'm super motivated and excited about the Crypto Perx program. Trying to think of it. Let me just kind of summarize this for you. I put this together to just give you my take on this, and Julian and Deepak, feel free to chime in. But ultimately, Abra Perx is simply rewards and incentives paid out in the CPRX token. You're going to get cash back on trades, higher yield on Abra Earn, cash back on Abra Borrow, and customer referral incentives. The referral bonuses will start accruing next week. Tuesday, I think I said Tuesday. I think Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the 13th. I got to use my fingers to count. I'm old. Next Wednesday, October 13th, you will be able to get a referral link directly inside the Abra app. If the person you refer uses Abra, makes a deposit, right, you will get CPRX tokens deposited into your Abra wallet. It is as simple as that, right? So many of you have been asking me for referral links. It is one of the top 2 or 3 requests I consistently get online. You've been asking for it. The team did a fantastic job of building it. Please use it, okay? The Crypto Banking Alliance created the CPRX token. Thrilled that Julian could join us today. It's a fully decentralized rewards token. What do I mean by that? There's no token sale. There was no pre-sale. There was no pre-mine or any of that stuff. It's a simple ERC20 token. It was minted in one big batch. In the early days, the Alliance will decide who gets the grants. If you go to crypto-perx.com or cryptoperx.org, you can actually see the process for getting grants and how the Alliance works. Abra has no ownership in the Alliance whatsoever. It's not our Alliance. It belongs to the people. Okay, it's just a gift for this Alliance. The people, Abra is simply adopting it as our rewards token. And there's no central ownership. There's going to be a decentralized governance system where you vote basically via the tokens. And I'm super excited about the model. I've never seen anything quite like it. And so Abra is getting a grant of 30% out of the gate of the CPRX tokens for the explicit purpose of giving to you, airdropping to you based upon your usage of Abra, plain and simple. This grant should be enough for a couple of years, 2 to 3 years, I would guess, of grants, depending upon the value of the token on the free markets. But I'm guessing that this is more or less what will happen. So, Chris, I can't tell you how much to deposit. You have to decide for yourself. But the more you deposit, the more you use Abra, the higher the rewards are going to be. Okay. There are membership levels, Christian Voice. Those will be published around the time of the launch of the token. And the higher your membership level, the higher the rewards are going to be for different types of rewards. And there's products that we haven't announced yet that are also going to be integrated with Abra Perx. Okay, so you can start to get a feel for where this is going. We want Abra Perx to be super simple and integrated into everything we do. All right. Any parting thoughts, guys? Oh, we gotta stop. Everybody stop. Julian, it's Friday, 5:40 p.m. Anything exciting happen in your life this week besides launching a new crypto banking alliance and creating a new rewards token?
Yeah, well, so apart from minting a significant number of new ERC20 tokens on the chain, I also became the father of children 7 and 8 as part of my collective. So I'm also building up my own offline NFTs.
Yeah. Okay. So congratulations. Really happy for proud dad and recovering mom. I hear she's doing great.
She's doing great.
She's doing great. Well, we're really excited about that. I look forward. And 7 and 8, I got no words. I truly have no words. But super happy for you. Thank you so much for being here with all of this craziness going on. We really appreciate it. I'm seeing a lot of positive comments. And look, I'm seeing a lot of questions. Keep the questions coming. I mean, I don't do these Money Talk shows for my health. I love doing them, but I do them to answer your questions. And so if nobody had any questions, we would have no need for the show. So it's okay to ask hard questions. If you get it and you think it's awesome and you think it's as easy as I do, please, that's great. You can say it. If you have questions and it's still not clear, we'll go over it 100 times. I want this to be super simple. And maybe there's things we can explain better. So just keep asking your questions. We're here to answer them. Deepak, sounds like you're a little under the weather. I didn't know that, but I've been traveling all week. I haven't seen you in 10 days. I've been on the road, by the way, for those of you. I don't know if you remember last week, guys. I was in the East Coast. I hope you get better. Hope you get better soon, bud.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Super.
Well, look, I'm excited to be back in SF next week. Please tell the team I'm really excited about this. It's one of the best things I think we've ever done. And compliments to you and the gang for what you guys have built here. It's just awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And from our side, on behalf of the Crypto Banking Alliance, just say how exciting it is for us to have a partner as significant as Abra be the first receiver of grants. So
yeah, well, we're thrilled. I think it's something, like I said, that we've wanted to do for a long time, and yeah, it's super cool. All right, so we got 15 minutes. I'm going to let you guys go, and everybody's waiting for Bill's market updates on what's going to happen and what is happening in the Bitcoin world. So we'll end the slide share here. Julian, you're welcome to stay. We're going to do a little Bitcoin Q&A. Deepak, get to work, bud.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, we'll see you soon, man.
Bye.
All right.
the segue off.
All right.
Thanks,
all right,
guys.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Okay, so all right, let me scoot in here and we'll get into this. So Bitcoin. So as you remember, I'm going to bring up the screen share again in a moment here. But if you remember last week, I told you that it looked like Bitcoin was looking like it wanted to break out of this multi-week consolidation pattern that it was in. And let me bring up the chart and show you what I mean by that. So here we are. All right, so this is the daily chart, and you can clearly see we've gone from 41,000-ish to we are right now at about 54.6. So that's a big breakout, all right? But let me put that in context. Let me show you the same price chart I showed you last week. This is the multi-week charts going back to March of 2020. Okay, so this is going way back. Now you can see right here, we were in this pennant pattern, which is this sideways consolidation. It was zooming in towards this price of right around 48,500. And I wasn't sure if it was going to take a couple more weeks to get there, but it didn't. Boom, it went right up out of that pattern. That is unbelievably bullish. I told you this was going to happen. Obviously, I don't know exactly when, but I knew it was going to happen. Well, I shouldn't say I knew. It would be extremely extraordinary for that not to have happened, given how these things work. And the two things that really matter in the Bitcoin world that are driving this is, one, right, the shorts are getting wrecked and lots of liquidations happening on the exchanges. Two, massive supply shock. And I've talked about this every week. I hope you're listening. I talk about this over and over again, okay? Supply shock basically means you've got a lot of crypto leaving the exchanges, a lot of crypto, okay? And the less crypto you have on the exchanges, right, the more of a supply shock you have, because if I want to buy it and it's not there, the price is going through the roof. Now you've got institutions coming in, MicroStrategy and the like, keep buying, right? You've got, Kathy Woods at ARK buying, Grayscale or other, plays in their funds, right? Abra's holding Bitcoin, right? So Square, other companies holding Bitcoin. There's simply not enough Bitcoin to go around, all right? Okay, so let's go back to our trusty chart here. Before I go back to questions, sorry, Mr. Wizard, I think I switched to the YouTube channel temporarily. But so let's talk about some of the other coins. What I'm seeing here, I'll take a couple more questions and then we'll wrap it up. Ethereum looks like it's going to head for the all-time highs. We need to get past 3950 as a swing high. If we get past 3950, I think Ethereum is basically going to play out Bitcoin. And what I mean by that is if you go back to 2017, 2018, I think the high for Bitcoin was around 19 to 21,000. It really looks like Bitcoin is mirroring exactly, it looks like Ethereum is mirroring exactly what happened to Bitcoin 4 years ago. The network effects, the fact that Ethereum is becoming deflationary with the upgrades to the network and managing gas fees, which is working, is truly awesome to see. I'm super bullish on a bunch of the L1s. I remain excited about Cardano. The upgrades seem to be working. I'm excited that we're, by the way, I think the date is October 12th now. We're turning on Cardano. I apologize. We had a whole bunch of testing to do. We wanted to make sure we got it right. I know I've been promising it for like 3 weeks now, and it is launching next week. My team confirmed that. So So yeah, I'm really bullish on where this is headed. And look, this pattern that we just broke out of is massive. Okay, expect pullbacks. This is not going to 100,000 overnight. Nothing does that. All right. I do expect we're going to see new highs, but I also expect to see significant pullbacks along the way, and then new highs. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see 100,000 by the end of the year. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to stop this share. Let's see, get off of here and go back to the Q&A and see if there's any lingering questions from all of this. Cardano, Ada, yes, indeed. Smithy Smith, it's coming. Need Abra debit card bank transfers are too slow. I don't own the banking system. I wish I did. I would fix it like that. When there's a will, there's a way, and I think there is really no will within the traditional banking system to fix things. Let's see. When will borrow be available in the UK? Debbie, this has been an interesting question all week. We are working on it. The UK has its own banking and lending laws, and so it's a whole process here. But it is a big market. I'm here in London for the last few days, and everybody's asking me about when they can borrow here. Obviously, you can use Abra Earn, and you will also get CPRX tokens, and the Abra Perx rewards program is launching here in the UK. So keep trading, keep earning yield, and eventually, I think in 2022, hopefully sooner rather than later, you'll be able to borrow from the UK as well. I think at Abra, we are the first company to fully integrate the ability to trade. You can literally trade between any two tokens that we support without having to go back to dollars, to pay out really high yield in a very safe and effective way. And third, to let you borrow against those crypto holdings. And we're looking to expand that feature into more and more currencies over time. Okay. So who dat file, you just asked a question. I did answer that question a few times earlier in the program. So when we wrap up in a few minutes, please rewind and you'll be able to see all the questions answered. All of the bonuses are paid in CPRX, and CPRX will be tradable in the Abra app. Victor says, kudos on CPRX. Looking forward to the rewards. Safe travels. Thank you very much. Looking forward to being back in California and giving everyone a big hug. Can Abra be used with hardware wallets such as Ledger? Jonathan, absolutely. I've done that many times in the past. I actually only use Abra Earn, so I don't use a hardware wallet right now for storage because I earn the yield. But a significant percent of our users use Abra via hardware wallets. All you do is you go into the trade screen, you click on add money, deposit cryptocurrency, you get an address for, let's say, Bitcoin. You paste that address into your Ledger wallet withdrawal screen, and you can move the Bitcoin over to Abra, do your trades, and you can move, let's say you go from Bitcoin to USDC. You can even withdraw the USDC back into your hardware wallet. You can deposit USDC into Abra, convert it to Ethereum, move the Ethereum back to your hardware wallets. Personally, I prefer to use Abra Earn right now because I want the yield. But like I said, we have lots of users who do the trades and then only store on hardware wallets. But most of our users use Abra Earn. Okay, let's see what else. Who paid for the grants to CPRX initially? No one paid for the grants. The Alliance simply minted the token and granted 30% of the tokens to Abra. And depending upon how the market ends up trading the tokens, we'll see what they're ultimately worth over time. So there was no token sale. No money has traded hands here. We simply minted a new token. We simply created a reward system. We're giving the reward system to you, our users, and we'll see how the market reacts to that once the tokens free float on different exchanges. Okay. Is it possible for Abra to do training videos? Rita, I believe we do. So folks in support, if you could answer Rita's question either with links, I think we may even have some videos or some places on the web where you can see, and you will be able to very easily get a training on that. And Rita, if you also send support@abra.com an email from the app, they can also send you the link from there. Peter, yes, if you're in the US, you get a 1099 for Abra Earn if over that threshold you mentioned. For those of you not in the US, 1099 is a tax form that you need to pay taxes. That's issued via our trust bank partner, Prime Trust, and it's sent to the email address that you use. So Roland, anything can have zero value: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Digibyte, XRP, and CPRX. I don't think it will, but anything in the world can have zero value. So it's basically whatever the market is willing to pay for it at any given time. Okay, and let's see. So we've got 5 more minutes here. Wow, I can't believe this is flying by. All right. By the way, I'm actually going to be on CNBC broadcasting in about an hour and 20 minutes via New York. So hopefully we'll be able to block the noise out in here because it's going to be kind of loud and crazy. But yeah, I'm going to be on CNBC. I'll be talking about crypto Perx, the Abra Perx program, the new alliance, what it means for the future rewards programs, my take on the crypto markets, and I'm sure they'll have a whole bunch of questions as well. Roland, as I said earlier, the expectation is that CPRX will begin trading on exchanges around the 15th of November. I don't control the token. The alliance is basically negotiating with the exchanges, is my understanding, and several have agreed already to list the token, which is super cool. And I guess they'll control those announcements when they're ready. Let's see. And if it goes to so you get the benefit of the value of the token. And so Michelle asked, where's my champagne? Michelle, I've got some water right now because I've got to do a few more interviews in the next couple of hours. I think it's going to be a late night here, so I'll probably switch to champagne in a few hours. Yeah, so like I said, Peter, I'm going to drink enough water. But I have a feeling it's been a long week. I was in Greece for an investor conference, and then here in London. I think if you were watching last week, I was in Atlanta before this. And I'm super excited to get home this weekend. It's been a long week. So okay, let's see. I'll take 2 more questions and call it a day. We bounced off 54K, I believe, so that's good. And yeah, Julian, wow, congrats, child 7 and 8. Julian's an amazing guy. We've been friends, known each other for a really long time, and he's a great father, great human being. When you're involved with something like this, that's really meant to be supportive of the people, educational programs, maybe some legal lobbying for the industry, you really need somebody of strong character, ethical, fantastic media and tech background, and Julian has done such a fantastic variety of things as a business executive. I was really happy that he chose to join the alliance. Okay, so hopefully we'll have Julian back on the show again. Are stable coins going to get rugged by regulators? I think the question means, are they ever going to get shut down by regulators? That's really tough. I mean, it's very hard to take away something that millions of consumers are using. And I don't know. I don't see how that can happen. It's very hard to take things away from people. If they didn't exist and they didn't want them to exist, that would be one thing. But yeah, so no, I don't think there's going to be a rug pull. They may have incremental regulations and legislation to deal with, but that's not your problem. That's the company's problem. That's Abra's problem. That's why we're here, to make those things super and transparent to you. Kai Malvo, yeah, I did talk about Cardano interest on the 12th, and it will be integrated into Crypto Perx. Sounds like the party's getting started behind us, so sorry for all the noise. People are starting to arrive for the party. So look, thanks for a great week. Thanks to the Token 2049 folks. I know a couple of you are watching. I appreciate that as well, by the way. You guys were great hosts. Thanks for letting me do the Abra announcement at your event for the Abra Perks announcement. Great job, Abra marketing team. Shout out to you guys and gals. Great job, Abra product team. Really proud of all of you. And as an Abra user, right, not just the CEO, isn't that the old commercial? I'm not just the that old hairpiece commercial. I am an Abra user. This is really something that I'm excited to get access to myself. All right, so have a great weekend wherever you are. Next week, I'll be back in the home office for Money Talks. We're going to have some more guests that we're going to be announcing in the coming weeks, which I'm really excited about. Max says he loves a good party. I love a good party too, but right now, I don't know. I need to get my second wind. Okay, have a great weekend, and we will see you next week on Money Talks. Be safe, be smart, and keep watching Money Talks. Oh, and by the way, click the like button, right? Subscribe to the Abra YouTube channel. It helps us get the word out. Take care, everyone.